Join me as I dive into 25 completely unbelievable facts that are so wild, you won't believe they're true. Get ready to have your mind blown because today, we're counting down the most astonishing, jaw-dropping, and utterly unbelievable facts that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the world. From the weird to the wonderful, these truths are going to surprise even the most skeptical among us. We live in a world where misinformation spreads like wildfire, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to distinguish between fact and fiction. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Over the next few minutes, we'll be separating the signal from the noise and bringing you the most unbelievable facts that will leave you scratching your head in amazement. The internet is filled with fake news, conspiracy theories, and outright lies, making it harder than ever to know what to believe. But fear not, dear viewer, because we've done the research. And we're about to share with you the most astounding, the most bizarre, and the most unbelievable facts that are 100% true. So sit back, relax, and get ready to have your mind expanded. Let's dive right into our first fact. Did you know that there's a type of jellyfish that's immortal? Yes, you read that right. The Turritopsis dohrnii, also known as the immortal jellyfish, can transform its body into a younger state through a process called transdifferentiation. It's like a jellyfish version of a reboot. Here's our next fact. There's a species of fungus that can turn ants into zombies. Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, also known as the zombie fungus, infects ants and takes control of their bodies, causing them to climb to high locations before producing spores that can infect other ants. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie. In the 1970s, a psychologist named Dr. William Hickley created a fake disease called motivational dyslexia. He persuaded a group of students to pretend to have this made-up condition, and then presented his findings to a group of experts, who were completely fooled. The shortest war in history was between Britain and Zanzibar on August 27, 1896, and lasted only 38 minutes. Zanzibar surrendered after just 12 minutes, but the war didn't officially end until 38 minutes had passed, as the Zanzibari forces hadn't received word of the surrender in time. Did you know that there's a species of shark that can live for up to 500 years? The Greenland shark has been found to have a remarkably slow growth rate, which means it can live for centuries. There's a lake in Africa called Lake Natron that's so alkaline it can turn animals that die in it into stone. The lake's unique chemistry is due to the presence of nearby volcanoes, which pump out sodium carbonate and other minerals. In ancient Greece, there was a philosopher named Theophrastus who believed that men who had eaten too much celery would experience increased libido. This led to celery becoming a popular ingredient in ancient Greek wedding rituals. The longest recorded flight of a chicken is 13 seconds. Yes, you read that right, 13 whole seconds. Dolphins have their own signature whistles, which are equivalent to human names. They use these whistles to identify themselves and address each other. There's a species of sea slug that's capable of photosynthesis. The Elysia chlorotica is able to photosynthesize because it contains chloroplasts, which are usually found in plants. The longest recorded echo lasted 7.5 seconds and was created in an empty oil tank in Invergordon, Scotland. Did you know that there's a type of cloud called a morning glory cloud that can create rolling waves in the sky? These rare clouds can stretch for thousands of feet and create a rolling wave effect. There's a species of ant that's able to navigate using the position of the sun, even when it's not visible. The cataglyphus cursor is able to detect the polarization of light, which allows it to determine the direction of the sun. The longest recorded duration without sleep is 264.4 days, set by a man named Randy Gardner in 1964. Gardner stayed awake for over 9 months, and although he experienced hallucinations and mood swings, he was still able to function reasonably well. Did you know that there's a species of jellyfish that's bioluminescent? The Pelagia noctiluca is able to produce its own light, which it uses to lure in prey. There's a type of coral called bloody coral that's capable of photosynthesis. The coral contains algae that produce nutrients, which it uses to grow. The largest snowflake ever recorded was 15 inches in diameter and 8 inches thick. It fell in Montana in 1887. There's a lake in California called Mono Lake that's so salty it can turn animals that die in it into stone. The lake's unique chemistry is due to the presence of nearby volcanoes, which pump out sodium carbonate and other minerals. The longest recorded duration balancing on 1 foot is 76 hours and 40 minutes, set by a man named Prakash Patel in 2015. Did you know that there's a species of shark that's capable of living in freshwater? The bull shark is able to survive in both saltwater and freshwater, and has even been found in rivers and lakes. The longest recorded fart lasted 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Yes, someone actually timed it. There's a type of rock called moon dust that's found only on the moon. It's created when meteorites crash into the moon's surface, creating a fine powder. Did you know that there's a species of octopus that's capable of changing the color and texture of its skin to match its surroundings? The mimic octopus is able to impersonate other sea creatures, including sea snakes and lionfish. The most shocking fact we've saved for last. Did you know that there's a species of parasite that's capable of controlling the minds of humans? The Toxoplasma gondii parasite is able to infect humans and alter their behavior, making them more likely to take risks. It's estimated that up to 60 million people in the US are infected with the parasite. And that's it for today's countdown of the most unbelievable facts. I hope you learned something new and had your mind blown by these astonishing truths. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave a comment telling us which fact surprised you the most. And if you want to learn more about the weird and wonderful, be sure to check out our next video for more fascinating content.